morning, CSL. Happy Sunday to you. Nice to see everybody today. Good morning. It's wonderful to have Roy Martin Broadbooks give us pre-morning music. I love it. A few announcements for your week here. Next week is early meditation at 9:45 to 10:15, so make sure you put it in your phone to wake up early. Or to be here early. Some of us are awake.
And then silence your phone.
Yes, and then silence your phone later. Yeah, it's very important. This Wednesday night at 7 p.m. will be Qigong with David Cox. Thank you for hosting us. Everyone, welcome. And of course, August is around the corner, but we want you to make a date in your planner there that the next date night outdoor concert is August 22nd with Genevieve Rose Mitchell. Right? I just love her. She has been around for like her entire life, maybe. Right?
She's been around a while.
She's young.
She started here at 8 years old.
See?
Yes.
That still
and
counts.
has been here and there in between going to American Idol in Hollywood and things like that. So.
Yep. So she's our local celebrity. That's what I was just looking for. So come on August 27th. Okay. Let's say our mission statement together. Take a deep breath. We recognize and realize the omnipresence of divine love as the truth of all.
And in this sacred silence, I invite you to join with me in that heart center, that place of peace and comfort, that place of life itself. And right now, right here, in this eternal moment, I recognize God's presence as the divine source, the love intelligence, the wisdom, the beauty inside all life. And I know that I am one with this divine source. And I am one with all that source is. And I know that each and every person here is one with this life, this divine intelligence of all life, always expressing. For we each express this one life in our individual, unique, and personal ways. And I allow this awareness to deepen and to expand my consciousness, knowing that each consciousness is being expanded. And from this place of oneness, I accept for each of us a full realization, a full living of the divine intelligence as guide and cause that unfolds all of our good right now and always. I declare that we each live in this unlimited flow of guidance and recognize it as the source for overflowing abundance of ideas, health, prosperity, and knowing that there is enough for all. We release any fear, any negative thoughts, any doubt, any worry, or false belief that blocks or separates our awareness from this oneness with Spirit. We know that the Spirit is our support at all times, and we live in its abundance, and from it we have that clarity of thought. We know what to do, when to do it, to whom, and what to say. We thrive as we share lives of joyful expectancy, knowing that life is unfolding for the good of all, through us, as us. And so we recognize this divine, internal, expansive awareness in our everyday lives of this magnificence of life. And I take a moment to turn this awareness to the prayer chest and to your unspoken heart desires. And I declare and accept right now that divine guidance and divine source is directing a successful resolution. Unacceptable outcome to all challenges related to health, to finances, to relationships, to all the avenues of living this life. The path is made clear, and wholeness and perfection are revealed. And I give thanks for this truth, knowing that this is the truth for all. And I bless this gathering, knowing that this gathering is a divine idea in the mind of God, that we are blessed by the music, the speaker, the staff, the volunteers, for each one here making this day an expansion of our consciousness as we bask in this bliss of love from each and every one here. So affirming this truth and being thankful for knowing that we are one with that one magnificent life, I just release these words into the law, knowing it is already so, that the divine always says yes, as we join together and declare, and so it is. Good morning. At the bottom of the stairs to the left against the wall is the prayer chest. It is the place for all your concerns, all the things that you would like a little bit more spiritual support for. Anything that is troubling you, please leave your concerns in the prayer chest, and the practitioner will do affirmative prayer on your behalf this week. From a poem by Mary Oliver. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? I think you've heard that quote before. And from Ernest Holmes, when a man's thought rests entirely upon himself, he becomes abnormal and unhappy. But when he gives himself with enthusiasm to any legitimate purpose, losing himself in the things which he is doing, he becomes normal and happy.
There's a new earth on the horizon, made of light, not of stone, calling out to all creation, you are not alone.
you, David, very much. Yeah, what a beautiful song. See, that song was written by J.D.
Yes.
Yeah, what's his last name?
Martin.
J.D. Jan and J.D., you know them? J.D. Martin wrote that. Boy, what a great song. Good morning. Good morning. I'm back. So I left and went to Denver with my daughter and her 3 boys driving. The youngest one is very small. I'd forgotten what it's like to squeeze into the back between car seats and hold the pacifier. But I did all of that. It was a great Grammy trip, and we had a family reunion with my mom's big family, the McElhenney family. And so that was a lot of fun. I needed to go. I hadn't been in a while, stayed with my sister. And I'm going to tell you something. I was going to tell you this later, but I'll tell you now. Who knows my brother, Robert Bobby Bob Spindon? Okay. So I visited with him a little bit out there. Do you remember a few weeks ago when I was sad? And I was sad because my brother's wife, Tammy, was having some problems, and since Tammy has passed. Yeah, shocking, right? So it was shocking to me as well. Not so shocking to my brother. You know, it's a whole story, as is everything is. And so it was shocking to me. She was finished with her work here, and so she has moved on. He asked me to tell the congregation that, knowing he served a little bit of time here with us, and Tammy was here with us as well. So, you know, I know Tammy, and Tammy's, you know, she's probably whooping it up and hollering, saying all is well. So, but it's been a sadness and a heaviness on our hearts, and so I just wanted to share that so I can tell him. I'm going to be going back out to Denver in August for the service for that, so I'll be missing another Sunday to do that, but I know I saw that they did just fine without us, even though I gave Mariah wrong information again. I just have one thing to say to her: proofread. I don't ever mean to steer her wrong, I'm sorry. So, okay, so here we are. Boy, I have so much to say, and I just have a little bit of time to say it. So you guys get the hook. If I go, you know, you can just pull me off if I get going too much. Our theme for July is my soul's purpose. My soul's purpose. So there are a lot of different words and terms that we use in spiritual study. And we hear many different terms referring to the same idea. Now, I didn't really know that early in my study. I kept thinking, wow, there's all these different words. Do they all mean something different? I've come to the idea that, like for instance, we refer to God as the universe, or source, or the divine, or Father. What else? Allah, cosmic mind, infinite intelligence, eternal one. How do you refer to God? All of that is the same thing, I have found out. All of that is the same to me. It can be whatever you want it to be to you. So I have been contemplating for quite a while now the word soul, and just what it is and what it means. And I invite you right now to just take a minute to consider the word soul in your own self. We use this one word in a lot of different ways. And what comes to your mind when you think of the word soul? S-O-U-L, not S-O-L-E. S-O-U-L, soul. Like, what is my soul? And where is my soul? And do I have a soul, or am I a soul? Do you ever ask those questions? What does it mean if you say someone has soul? Because Charles has soul, doesn't he? Right? Let's read out of Charles Fillmore. Maybe this Charles has soul. The Revealing Word, and I looked up the word soul. It says a little bit. It says a lot. I'm going to read a little. In its original and true sense, the soul of a man is the expressed idea of man, in divine mind. The soul of man, or woman, okay, here both, of human, is the expressed idea of man in divine mind. So that leads me to think that my soul is in divine mind, right? Man is spirit, soul, and body. Spirit is the I am, that individuality. The body is soul expressing. And soul includes the conscious and the subconscious mind. Soul makes the body. The body is the outer expression of the soul, and bodily health is in exact correspondence to the health of the soul. So whether we are a soul or we have a soul, what we want is that soul to be healthy, right? It's in our healthy soul that we outpicture our healthy body, which includes all of our affairs in our life as well, our finances, our relationships. Health in our body is in exact correspondence to the health of our soul. He says, Charles Fillmore says, that our soul includes our conscious and subconscious mind. So how many people have taken class, the foundational class, the basic class that we've been teaching here? A lot of people. So in class, we would call these the surface mind, right? Which is the mind that chooses our thought, and the deeper mind, which stores our thoughts. And when they become beliefs, that deeper mind, or submerged mind, or subconscious mind, all the same thing, that brings my beliefs into form. I have one mind with two functions. Do you remember that in class? Our subconscious, or our deeper mind, is the seat of our emotions and our feeling nature as well. And through the work of people like Greg Braden and Joe Dispenza, you've heard of them, and of course others as well, we've begun to scientifically understand that this deeper mind is our heart center. Our feeling center of our body is that deeper mind. And the study of heart-mind coherence strives to integrate the mind and the heart, integrating our intellect and our emotions for balancing our living in the Christ consciousness. It's that Christ consciousness, which is harmony. It is the home of soul. Christ consciousness is the home of soul. It's harmony. It's the home of all souls. We are all one in this Christ consciousness. You and me and every other soul. We are one there in that Christ consciousness, that higher dimension of thinking. We are spirit, soul, and body. Or have you heard? We're spirit, mind, and body. These words used to mess me up, but now I realize that soul is my mind, my subconscious, and my surface mind. So we could say we are spirit, mind/heart, and body. Do you remember those charts from class? It's crazy charts, right? So Emmett Fox, anybody familiar with Emmett Fox? Yes, a lot of great writing. He has this little book called 7 Main Aspects of God. And so out of that book, he talks about soul being one of the main aspects. So I want to read a little bit about what he says. Is that all right? We're awfully quiet. I'm talking a lot, I know that. Soul is the aspect of God which can individualize itself. The word individual means undivided. Most people seem to think it suggests separateness, but actually individual means undivided. And God has the power of individualizing without, so to speak, breaking itself into parts. You are really an individualization of God. Only God can individualize itself in an infinite number of units of consciousness, and yet not be in any way separate, because God is spirit. Matter cannot be individualized, it can only be divided. So your real self, the Christ within, the spiritual you, the I am, or that divine spark, as it is variously called, is an individualization of God. You are the presence of God at the point where you are right now. So let's just stop and breathe right here and really hear this truth. You are the presence of God at the point where you are right now, in this very moment. Emmett Fox says, we as souls are the presence of God at the point where we are in every single moment. Souls are ambassadors of God. Souls deliver the goodness and benevolence of God to the earthly experience through themselves. But oftentimes, in our humanness, we tend to fall short in delivering the goods. Anybody relate to that? I know I do. So what is happening when we aren't delivering goodwill to ourselves and to others? Why is it that we are experiencing something other than the purity of God's intelligence and God's love and God's bounty, if that is who we are really at our core? I would say what is happening is that we are simply unaware of the truth of our spiritual nature. We're just unaware. We have believed in fear and frailty and illness and poverty for a long, long time. We were born into a human consciousness that believes in all of these things. And these ideas have long ago rooted themselves in our subconscious mind, right? Because we have accepted them somehow as true for whatever reason. The reasons don't matter. They go back to childhood. People told us things. We believed it. I was a sensitive child. I cried about everything. Anybody? And I believed things people told me. And I took them on. And they got rooted in my subconscious mind. They turned to beliefs. And they outpicture into my life so that I can live that over and over again, because that's who I'm claiming to be, right? Our journey is to wake up and starve these old ideas of our precious energy. And then to begin to consciously feel or feed beneficial thoughts of truth and thoughts of love and thoughts of wholeness and thoughts of prosperity into our deeper mind and allow them to take hold, and then outpicture those into form. This is exactly what we teach in class, right? Learning how to upgrade our subconscious mind, lift our consciousness, and live from a lifted consciousness. There's a famous quote saying, "Know thyself." It's often attributed to the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, and it's a call for self-reflection and understanding. The phrase encourages individuals to examine their own strengths, weaknesses, and motivations. It's believed to be a cornerstone of wisdom, suggesting that understanding oneself is a necessary first step towards true wisdom. I believe knowing ourselves is the very key to unlocking this wondrous goodness of the universe, which is within me and within every single person. Knowing ourselves. Sometimes we call it here self-observation, observing who we are right now. How are we behaving? What are we thinking of? It is in knowing the truth of who we are that we can begin to consciously choose what we most prefer to experience in our life. Consciously choosing what we prefer. If you're not consciously choosing what we prefer, then we are living out what the past beliefs that we have, because they're just coming up automatically. Just like in our subconscious holds the ability to beat our heart, right? To breathe our lungs, to do all of those things that we have no idea consciously how to do. I don't sit there and tell my heart consciously how to beat. It knows that from the divine wisdom from which it came. These are all things in that submerged mind that we are often very much unaware of. So we want to consciously start putting, let's just say, the good stuff into our deeper consciousness. So what is it that you prefer to experience in your life? Do you think about that often? Do you ever write about that? Do you have a folder or a journal maybe that says what I want in life, what I do well, what's working in life? I know I have some journals where I just, complain a lot, but that's okay to get it out of me, to complain, but I need to have also a journal that thinks about what I want. Who do I want to be in my life? What do I want to experience? Anybody want peace, love, harmony, abundance, joy, friendship? What else? Think about what you want. What do you prefer in your life? Is there really anyone who would consciously choose to experience pain and suffering and anger, resentment, or jealousy? No. We experience these things by unconsciously choosing them or subconsciously choosing them without our conscious awareness. Thoughts and beliefs and ideas of a lesser nature than love or God have taken root in our consciousness and have become habits in our thinking, showing up in our life now habitually without our conscious consent. Anyone recognize that happening in their life in some way or another? Maybe not all areas. But we want our soul to be healthy in all areas. To know that our mind is in the mind of God, because there is only one mind, is to know that all of the components and materials needed to fulfill our sacred journey towards this knowing are where? Right within us, right now. When God individualizes itself as soul or as us, we are set on a wild adventure of wonder and awe. The adventure of realizing and then becoming who we really are. Is this our soul's purpose? Maybe our soul's purpose changes. Maybe it's different to you than it is to me. Our total and complete potential for goodness and joy is embedded in this life force at the very center of who we really are. Our complete and total potential for goodness and joy is embedded within us right now. And we call this that Christ Spirit. And it moves and flows and has its very being as you, as soul. And when we can relax and trust and know that this Holy Spirit is forever flowing through us, it is delivering the intelligence of infinite goodness to every cell of your body. Every action you take, every condition, every problem, every person you think of. You will open the floodgates of this grand cosmic pattern of you and allow the truth to shine forth in full measure as your life. Anybody want that? Almost sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? which is part of the reason that keeps us from going there. So I'd like to read some words from a little book, and Sharon came up to me and said she has this book on her shelf, which is awesome. It's called The Door of Everything, and the author is Ruby Nelson. Just a little old book that I found in my mom's stuff. I absolutely love it. She's talking about this grand cosmic pattern of us, the perfect pattern known in the mind of God right now. Okay, so she says, where is this grand cosmic pattern of you that we call soul contained? Where is it? She says, your soul is the seed within you in which God is present and bursts forth into full bloom when tended and cared for. Our soul is very much like a tiny tomato seed which contains within it the life force that will spring into action when nurtured and cared for, and produce its destiny, a luscious, delicious, ripe tomato. We can all get that with a tomato seed, right? But isn't that fantastic that in a tiny little tomato seed, would you ever guess that a full, rich, ripe tomato would be born out of that? The life force energy within that seed brings that forth. The life force intelligence already present within that tomato seed, when it's cared for, will attract all that is needed from its surroundings to sprout, grow, bloom, and produce results that reflect what? It reflects the original pattern held within the seed from the very beginning. Are you in awe? It's so regular and normal to us. We always plant seeds. But how awesome is that? Our soul is our sacred seed. The divine life force intelligence is already present within our soul and will attract all that is needed from its surroundings to sprout, bloom, and produce results that reflect the original pattern held within the seed from the beginning. What was the original pattern? Charles Fillmore said, let's read what he said. Our original pattern is the expressed idea of man in divine mind. What kind of an idea would be expressed in divine mind about man? It would have to be perfect, whole, and complete, because the one mind is all there is, and it is perfect, whole, and complete. All right. I had that right here. I thought it was such a good idea, I wrote it down. Then I didn't read it. Thought it was a good idea again, and I read it. All right, that's all right. So, we are the thoughts and the ideas of God expressed into form. We are the thoughts and ideas of God expressed into form. There is no junk, only divine expressions. If we are struggling with pain, lack, and issues, we simply stay the course of rebuilding our thought systems in our deeper mind. We turn away from the old and start moving toward what you prefer. Our soul already contains our wholeness, our divine seed. It's time to set our soul free. It's time to release fear, to release doubt, resentments, grudges, and unworthiness. And nurture our soul with the attitudes of love, praise, and gratitude. And watch how your sacred seed breaks open and blooms into the awesomeness that you are meant to be. The divine pattern in the divine mind is who you're meant to be. So I want to talk just a little bit, I think, to end here about creating new habits. Anybody have some old habits that they're not crazy about, that maybe aren't benefiting your life in the way you would like? Like, that happens, doesn't it? And you have to observe yourself to realize that, and have to be quite honest with yourself and pretty humble, right? So I say, because I have worked a lot on creating new habits, I say forget about breaking old habits and just start forming new habits. Okay? As you continue to focus your attention on what you want over and over again, then a new habit will begin to form, and the old one must fall away from lack of attention and care. Why do we give so much attention and care to the things that we do not want in our life? Spend some time thinking about what you want in your life and who you want to be, how you want to live. How would you act if these things were already true for you? Jesus says, pray and then act as if it's so. How would you talk? How would you change? How would you spend your time? How would you spend your money? How would you spend your talent? Think about these things. Who do you want to be? And then we create a new habit that we would like to embrace, to bring into action this new person, this new us. Just one. Start simple. Just one. Discipline your mind and your body to give attention to the new habit for 40 days. Can you do that? 40 days. And I mean not 39, but 40. 40 days in a row. Whatever the new habit is, do it for 40 days in a row without missing a day and see what happens for you. Most of us give up spiritual work too soon. We say it's not working. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. So I say stay the course. If it's not working, keep working it until it is working. This is a way of life. It's not a tiny little experiment for a couple of weeks. It's a new way of being. And what's the worst that could happen? That you form a new healthy habit? You become more tolerant and kind? Remember that we are not here to have better humanhood necessarily, but to allow our soul to come alive and shine a beacon of light for those who need it. This will always result in better humanhood in some way. Maybe not the way you thought it would, though. We will only truly be happy in God's kingdom, okay? When our soul's purpose is being fulfilled. We will only truly be happy in that realm of those higher ideals and higher acts and actions when our soul's purpose is being fulfilled. Jesus said, no one who puts his hand to the plow and looks back is fit for the kingdom of God. In other words, you cannot continue to give attention to where you've been, how you used to be, and what you don't like about yourself, and enter into a higher state of being, which is the kingdom of God. You must embody that kingdom vibrationally by becoming a higher version of yourself. We need to let go, trust, and let God flow through us without fear, empowered by our faith in our soul being in that divine mind. So your soul's purpose maybe is to crack open from within you. We should come up. Crack open from within you and burst forth into action. Burst forth the you that you are meant to be. The one-of-a-kind you. An individualization of that great cosmic love, unique to only you. Only you can bring that forward. So let us tend to and care for this precious thing we call soul. Whatever it is, whether I am the soul, I am a soul, I am soul, I have a soul. I've asked all of those questions, and it all leads me to one thing. I'm in divine mind right now, and I can't do it wrong. I can bring pain upon myself by being unaware, but I can't do it wrong. We'll tend to this precious soul, our highest truth, so that we can be a beneficial presence, ushering in a new, peaceful, and loving earthly experience for ourselves and for everyone. Don't you think now is the time? Don't you? Is now the time? Now is the time. We need conscious, benevolent souls right now, bursting forth from within them that divine purpose that you are meant to be, that you're meant to spread upon this earth, this divine love. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now let's sing.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every starshine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe. And your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I am, everything I am is you. Everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything below, everything I know is you.
Okay, as the ushers come forth, this is our time that we get to celebrate our soul as part of this big, glorious, abundant universe and our part in it. So as you take your gift, your tithe in your hand, and I know that as the soul of God expressing that all that the Father has is mine, which I gratefully share as it goes forth, serving the purpose of my life and everyone's life for all. And our affirmation:
I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me.
It's in every one of us to be wise. Mind your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything that I ever know. It's in every one of us.
And these abundant gifts are received as they go forth, enhancing our church, our community, and our world as we participate in a world that works for all. And so it is.
With a grateful heart and a grateful mind, I offer this sacred prayer. Thank you.
So let's go to our monthly contemplation here, and we will say these all the way down, all together in one CSL voice. Here we go. I honor the journey of my soul and the lessons it teaches. The opinions of others can no longer confine me. I release the habit of seeking approval, and I choose self-trust instead. And so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see a light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for
Here's our last affirmation. Here we go.
I am a unique and essential part of life.